host, and I'm back with another interesting topic today. This is not about equity investments or anything related to equity investments. This is all about the safest investment product available in India, which is backed by Government of India. So, for those who are looking for safest investment options, they should definitely consider looking into its details so that it can be helpful in creating wealth for you over a period of time. Now, without wasting much time, let's quickly look into its details. First, when we talk about its eligibility, any Indian citizen can open a PPF account. So this is all about Public Provident Fund scheme. So any Indian citizen can open a PPF account, and if the child is a minor, then a mother or a father can open on behalf of the minor, or if neither of the parents are alive, then whoever is entitled to be a guardian for the minor under the law, then they can open an account on behalf of the minor. But a grandmother or a grandfather cannot open an account on behalf of a minor unless they are entitled to be the legal guardians, and this option is not for non-resident Indians. So any non-resident Indian cannot open a PPF account. In case if they have opened it earlier and they subsequently moved to abroad and settled there and converted to NRIs, then they may continue investing in the already opened account until its maturity date, but they cannot extend it any longer. So they need to take the money on the maturity date and exit from the PPF account. So that's about eligibility. Let's look at so where can we open this PPF account? Initially it was only post offices which offer PPF account opening facility, but now almost all nationalized banks of India have this facility for opening PPF accounts. And with respect to the interest we get, so it varies annually. So every year Government of India decides interest rate. So for this year it is 7.1%, and this interest is actually calculated on every month, but it is deposited on year basis. And remember, this is this interest calculation is compound interest, so it's not a simple interest, which is why we see a lot of wealth creating at the end of the maturity period. Now let's look into its maturity details. The maturity period is 15 years for any PPF account, but if you want, you can extend it in multiples of 5 years after maturity. Let's say after 15 years, if you want to extend, then you can extend it for another 5 years, and that makes it 20 years. And even after 20 years, if you still want to extend it further, then you can again extend it by 5 more years by submitting a simple form. Yeah. See, they have after maturity we will have two options, one with deposits and one without deposits. So you can choose either of them. In both the cases we will earn interest, so that's not an issue. And the most important thing is the tax benefit that we get when we invest in a Public Provident Fund. So under 80C, you can save 1.5 lakh rupees when you invest in PPF account every year. So, and also all the accumulated wealth at the end of maturity period, you can take it and walk away without paying a single rupee of interest. That is why it comes under EEE tax exemption. So you don't need to pay any kind of tax when you are investing, and on the accumulated wealth, and also on the interest end. So there is no tax need to be paid, and you are free to invest, but it is limited to 1.5 lakh a year. That's what the limit is with the ATC section, and also the limit is with the PPF account. So until 1.5 lakh a year, whatever you invest in PPF account, that you can claim under tax exemption. Yeah, so that's about tax benefit what we get. And uh, the most important thing, see, many of you might be confusing uh, PPF account with EPF or GPF account. Let's say you are a private employee, then you must be having an employee provident fund account with your organization, and that is completely different from this. So this account you are opening on it on your own, and you are investing. See, so even the government employees who are making contributions to government provident fund accounts, they also can open public provident fund. It is open to every Indian citizen, so you're free to invest, and this is completely different from the other two investments, which is government provident fund account and EPF, employee provident fund account. Now when we talk about withdrawals, um, let me clarify you this. We are talking about premature withdrawals, not the withdrawals after maturity period. When we talk about premature withdrawals, we are allowed to withdraw uh, amount from the PPF account only after completing 6 years from the date of account opening. Before that it is not allowed. And also the amount we withdraw is capped to 50% of the amount credited by the end of 4th year from the account opening, or at the end of preceding year. Preceding year in here in the sense it is 5th year. And whichever amount is lower, so we are eligible to take that much amount. And also if at all we have taken any loan from the PPF account, then the withdrawal amount is still limited, because the loan amount is subtracted from the capped 50% amount. And so we are eligible to take amount only up to a limit based on different conditions. Now always remember, only one withdrawal is allowed every year. You cannot take 2 withdrawals, 3 withdrawals whenever you want. So it is limited to one withdrawal every year. And also after maturity period, you can either completely take 100% amount from your account, and you can close it then and there itself. Or if you want to extend it further, and let's say you have extended it by 5 years, then in this period of 5 years, if you want to withdraw any money, then you can withdraw up to 60% of the total amount credited at the maturity. So that's what the limit is. So I don't recommend any premature withdrawals from this PPF account, because see, it is obviously a long term investment option, because 15 years is not a small term or a medium term investment. It is obviously a long term investment. So those who have patience and who are curious to generate a lot of wealth, then they should definitely not consider any premature withdrawals unless it is very very necessary. Yeah. And then we also have one more advantage from PPF account. We can avail loan on this PPF account, but the first loan that can be taken is from the 3rd financial year, and the loan process we can take only up to 6th financial year and not post that. So in the 3rd financial year, if you want to take the loan, on our PPF account, then we are eligible to take up to 25% of the amount credited at the end of the first financial year. Let's say you have invested 1 lakh in the first financial year, then in third financial year, if you want to avail loan, then you can avail 25,000 of loan in the third financial year, which is 25%, right? And in the same way, if you want to take loan in fourth year or fifth year or sixth year, then you can take 25% of the balance at the end of second, third and fourth financial year respectively. And no loan can be taken after sixth financial year. So loans can be taken between third financial year and sixth financial year only. Remember this point. And after sixth financial year, don't think about taking loans, because you have no option left. Now the maximum loan tenure can be 36 months. You can limit it to 20 months, 10 months, whatever you want, but the maximum loan tenure can be 36 months. So within 36 months you are supposed to pay the principal and as well as the interest amount. Now if you are paying within 36 months, then you are supposed to pay 2% interest rate on the principal amount that you have taken. But let's say you are going beyond 36 months, which means you are not able to pay within 36 months, then you have to pay 6% interest rate on the principal that you have taken. And the same goes with loan as well. You can take only one loan once in every year, but remember, any new loan is accepted only when the past loan is cleared. So remember this point. You cannot take second loan when first loan is still active. So that's the important point. And we never know what happens with us, right? So sometimes we may want to pre-close the PPF account and take the money out, but that's not the easy case for this PPF account option, because unless there is some life-threatening diseases or any death happened to the account holder, the PPF account cannot be closed before maturity. You have to decide yourself before opening a PPF account, and you cannot go and fight with the bank or post office to close the account and give your money back before without any genuine and such a genuine reason. You cannot just go and fight with them to close the account. That's not possible, because it's not there in their hands as well. The Ministry of Finance should consider closing your account based on the reason that you provide. So that's when your account gets closed and your money will be given back to you. And also, when I said for 15 years we need to make investments in this PPF account, the minimum amount you need to pay every year is 500 rupees. So at least 500 you need to invest every year in order to keep the account active. If you want to invest more, you can do it, but only up to a limit of 1.5 lakh a year. So it's up to you based on your financial condition and your financial goal. You can invest any amount in between 500 and 1 lakh 50,000 every year. But in case if you miss a year without paying 500 rupees, then your PPF account will go into discontinued state. And if this happens every year, then you need to visit the branch and repay all the missed year payments with at least 500 rupees along with the fee of 50 rupees per each year. Yeah, so if you miss any year without paying at least 500, then you have to pay 500 rupees penalty along with the 500 minimum investment. Then you are PPF account will come back into active state, so you can continue investing in it. Yeah, so unless you have a strong financial goal, or unless you want to save your money somewhere, then don't come into this PPF account, because see, it's a long time journey for a period of 15 years, and you have to stay committed investing into this PPF account. You cannot just open the account and leave it like that, because that's not a good idea, right? You have to invest it and utilize the compound interest, to create wealth. Because nowhere we can get this compound interest, uh, that too, uh, you know with the safest option. So we are getting it, when we are getting it, we need to utilize it to the maximum extent. And for your maximum return, try to invest it before 5th of April every year. See, let's say you want to invest 1,50,000 every year, and you are committed to that, and then try to invest a lump sum amount of 1,50,000 on or before April 5th, so that you will get maximum interest possible. Now, some key points to remember before opening this account. You can make a maximum, make a lump sum investment into this PPF account every year, or you can take up to 12 installments to invest in this PPF account every year, and you cannot invest 13 times. Your limit is up to 12 investments, 12 installments every year. So let's say you want to invest 1,50,000, which is divided by 12, that gives 12,500. So you can either choose to invest 12,500 every month, or any time, but limited to 12 installments a year. So you can decide yourself, but at least one investment of 500 rupees is essential to keep the account active, so that you won't be in trouble unnecessary, and then for any investment product, designating a nominee is very, very important, because we never know what happens. So in case there is something happen to you and you're not in a situation to support even yourself, then designating a nominee is definitely very important. So consider nominating any person, whomever you want, while opening the account, because that removes all the hassle. And if you want to nominate it later, then you can do it by filling up another form at the post office or at the bank. And also, in case of PPF account, no joint accounts is allowed, only individual accounts are allowed. So you cannot open an account with another person, and you cannot have two accounts on your name. So you only should have one account on your name. That's one important thing. And as this investment product is backed by Indian government, so the returns are guaranteed and risk free. So your capital is protected, and you're free from tax. And yeah, so what else you want? Just think about it, and do your own analysis, and consider investing, because this can be useful in case of child's higher education when they are very young, or child's marriage, or any other financial goal if you want to meet, and if you are looking for the safest investment option available, then you can definitely consider looking into it. Yeah, so that's about it, and I'll come up with another investment product sometime soon. Yeah, thank you. If you have any questions related to PPF account, So please put in the comment section, and I'll be definitely looking into it and